a missing gangster. What should be a simple job turns into a madcap road trip as the trio encounters a pregnant woman who seems intent on teaching the men the true meaning of Christmas. So yeah, basically they're on this mission to kill an accountant and locate the missing gangster, as it says. But they end up encountering a pregnant woman who she does end up teaching them the true meaning of Christmas, because they end up kind of being stuck with her, and it just kind of makes them slowly start to realize the true meaning of Christmas. I apologize for that background sound. I don't have a fan on right now, other than I have my little fan right here that is on a very low setting just so I don't sweat to death, but the heater just kicked on. There's nothing I can do about that right now. But yeah, this movie came out in 2005. This is what the cover of it looks like. I absolutely love this movie. I didn't even watch it until a couple of years ago, but I think it's really good. And I think that everyone should watch it. Okay, next is Four Christmases, and this is with Vince Vaughn and Reese Witherspoon. It also has Tim McGraw in it, Kristen Chenoweth. I don't really know how to pronounce her name, but I do recognize her because Four Christmases was actually the first thing that I ever seen her in. But she's been in a lot of movies. She voiced Maleficent in Descendants. She's a big Broadway star. Like, I feel like most people know who she is, but they might not necessarily know her by name. But basically, this is what it's about. When their plans for an exotic vacation falls apart, unmarried couple Brad and Kate must spend Christmas Day trudging around to a cordon of family get-togethers. While Brad counts the hours till he can escape the onslaught crazy relatives, Kate begins to wonder about her own choices and ponders whether her family members are so crazy after all. All of their family members were genuinely crazy. And honestly, I really love this movie because it's hilarious, but I also think that it is relatable for a lot of people, because everybody's got, at least most people, when it's the holidays and you have to see all of your family, etc., it can just be a really bizarre situation to be in. I think most of us can relate to having problematic family members, even if it's not your direct family, your parents or grandparents or siblings. There's usually always somebody, but a lot of people do have problematic, direct family members, which in that case they did, because their parents were just interesting people. Brad's, which is the character that Vince Vaughn plays, his mom was dating his childhood best friend. His brothers beat the shit out of him for literally no reason. And mind you, they're grown-ass men. They're all grown-ass men, so. Kate's family, which is Reese Witherspoon's character, is just very judgmental of her and, was just bringing up old pictures of her and telling stories about embarrassing things that she used to do the entire time, and they were just very, just mean girl energy. The only semi-okay person, family member of either of them, I think, was, why am I blanking? Kate's dad, which I don't even know what the issue with him was, but I'm just saying, that was the only house that it didn't seem like all chaos was erupting at. But yeah, Four Christmases, definitely watch it. Okay. Then The Last Holiday with Queen Latifah and LL Cool J. The discovery that she has a terminal illness prompts was a CT scan or an MRI done that had shown a tumor. But the doctor did the same scan on other people with the same machine and had discovered that there was something wrong with the machine and nobody actually had a tumor. So she didn't find out to the very end, after she had been, living it up, blowing all her life savings, which, as she should have been. She didn't realize until the end that she was going to live, but, yeah, it's a really good movie. It's hilarious, it's wholesome, definitely watch it. And that's The Last Holiday with Queen Latifah and LL Cool J. That's what the cover looks like. Okay, then we have The Holiday with Cameron Diaz and Kate Winslet, as well as Jude Law and Jack Black, a couple of different actors. This actually came out the same year as Last Holiday. Dumped and depressed English Rose Iris agrees to swap homes with similarly unlucky in love Californian Amanda for a much-needed break. Iris finds herself in a something. Guys, I'm not horrible at reading, but there's certain words that are not used in everyday vocabulary that I just do not recognize. She finds herself in a Hollywood mansion while Amanda navigates the lands of a picture-perfect English village. Soon enough, both love-lorn ladies bump into local lads, perfect for a romantic pick-me-up. So yeah, it's a really good movie. I'm not a huge fan of Cameron Diaz, just in terms of, like, do I like her movies and stuff like that. Like, I don't have anything against her as a person. I've just never really found any of her movies that good, but this one I do really like. I actually just watched it for the first time last Christmas season. But yeah, so definitely worth watching. The cover is not very Christmassy. I never understood why they didn't, like, at least put like a red bow on it or something, but this is the cover of the movie. And yeah, I don't know why I just did that. I don't need my hair in my face. I did recently get my hair colored a more brownish shade of red, but I feel like in this lighting you can't even tell that it's a different color, but it's a lot less vibrant than the shade that I usually get. I still can't tell if I like it or not, and it's been like over 2 weeks at this point. Next is Chasing Christmas, which I don't know the actor that's in it because I've never seen him in anything else. Well, the main character. I haven't been living under a rock. I swear to God, I know most actors and actresses, and I, like, somehow subconsciously memorized their birthdays and random I always retain random information about celebrities. But for some reason, this actor I'm not that familiar with. Tom Arnold. Leslie Jordan, though, I am familiar with him, and I know he passed away last year, which is so sad. But basically, this movie is a modern take on the story of Scrooge. And Leslie Jordan plays the Christmas angel that is taking the guy through the different time periods. So it says, when Grumpy Jack refuses to celebrate Christmas, Yuletide affairs sends the ghost of Christmas past to change his mind. Things get the ghost of Christmas past. He played the ghost of Christmas past. Things get complicated when one of the ghosts takes him back to Christmas is how I discovered that specific Christmas movie. Okay, the next one is... I'm trying to remember the name of it. Okay, it's called If You Believe, with Ali Walker, Aiden Panettiere, and Tom Amanda's recently divorced book publisher Susan Stone. Ali Walker has lost her love for life. But after she slips and hits her head, Susan meets Susie, Hayden Panettiere, a vibrant 7-year-old girl claiming to be Susan's inner child. With Susie's help, Susan realizes that she has forgotten what is truly important and decides to rekindle her relationship with her family and pursues a romance with the charming lawyer just in time for the Christmas season. So yeah, I really love this movie, and I love like the message behind it, because we always think of like, what advice would we give our younger selves, because we know things that we didn't know then. But it's kind of a nice change in perspective that makes you realize that we do need to tune into our inner child sometimes, because they have something to tell us too, like to kind of flip the narrative and ask yourself, what would the younger version of me want me to do, or what would the younger version of me say, versus what would I tell my younger self. So yeah, I love that movie. This is what the cover looks like. Holiday in Handcuffs. I feel like Holiday in Handcuffs isn't super unpopular, but it's still not like necessarily considered a holiday classic. Holiday in Handcuffs with Melissa Joan Hart and Mario Lopez. Basically, her boyfriend left her right before she was supposed to go see her family for Christmas, and she was just so desperate to impress her parents that she ended up kidnapping this guy and at gunpoint and forcing him to pretend to be her boyfriend. So she kidnaps him, takes him to her parents' house, and forces him to stay with them all through the holiday season, just so her parents don't find out that, she's going through a breakup. But they end up falling in love for real, and it's honestly, I feel like that wouldn't necessarily make sense in real time, because if somebody is genuinely if somebody is holding you captive and you fall in love with them, that's Stockholm Syndrome, which Stockholm Syndrome, if you've ever heard of it, it's basically like this psychological thing where if you are in a situation where, you are being held captive, or, you've been kidnapped, etc., you feel like you love that person after spending a lot of time with them, but it's not genuine love. It's just like, it's like a coping your brain is trying to cope with the reality, so it's like some kind of coping mechanism. But in movie logic, they got their happy ending. They were perfect for each other. It was adorable. What else? The Santa suit. Okay, so the Santa suit is a movie, but it's also a book. I don't know if it's related to each other, but a greedy businessman sees the Christmas season as an opportunity to make money. When a spell is cast on him that makes everyone think he is Santa Claus, he finds the jolly old man's festive spirit rubbing off on him. So yeah, it is a good movie, honestly. Yeah, basically, he ends is. I am not someone who likes to have the heat on even in the wintertime. Call me crazy,